Good morning, dear viewers. A new month, a new day. Welcome to the Sunshine program. A new episode today, the 1st of September 2020. It's a new month, a wonderful month, and we have all of you together with us in the new non-curfew days. This is your host Amal Al-Mulla with my colleague here in the studio, Abdulaziz Al-Darwish, and let me say good morning, Abdulaziz, and how are you today?
I am fine, and good morning to you, and good morning for all of you dear viewers who are watching us through the KTV2, and we are very happy to communicate with you about our multiple interview segments and even our reports if we have time permitting. And already my co-host Emma, she is saying that today is like we say hello September for all of you dear viewers watching us through the KTV2. And by the way, Emma, because it's the beginning of a new month, so it's a new achievement and also a new goals.
Indeed. So Abdulaziz, each and every one of us, around mostly, not each and every one, sometimes some people have new goals to put each and every month. So did we achieve those goals, or we didn't achieve them all? We achieved some of them and we didn't achieve half of them. What was your goal for August, and is it continuous to September or is it not?
You know what's the funny thing? You're always asking me, what about you?
Yes.
So about the goals, what I am doing already, I already have like something we say to-do list.
Yes.
So I put like some of the list, I have to finish it, like something about the daily things and something about like weekly and even the monthly.
Yes.
Yeah, we can say like thank Allah, alhamdulillah, and I already achieved the most of it.
Wonderful. This is really marvelous, Abdulaziz. And dear viewers, each and every one of us has a cycle of their life. It's like a wheel, and it has some things. As Abdulaziz says, it's a to-do list. We have the religious, we have the occupation, the money, life, love. Each and every goal has its subject. So try to just imagine your wheel of life like running smoothly towards the goals you have. And while we are talking about the smoothly and the sunshine and everything nice, Abdulaziz, how about we have a look at the weather forecast?
We are back to our show, Sunshine, dear viewers. And by the way, we are coming to you live this morning from the Ministry of Information studios here in downtown Kuwait. And now we're already reaching about the segment about the news and also the headlines. So the first news about something about the medical sector. So let's talk more, like the Minister of Health, Sheikh Dr. Basil Al-Sabah, discussed with the U.S. Ambassador to Kuwait, Elena Romanowski, plans, programs and future visions to strengthen ties and cooperation in the health fields between the both sides, Emil.
Yes, and on another matter, we know that Kuwait has welcomed the peace agreement initiated by the transitional government of Sudan, and the Sudan Revolutionary Front successfully mediated by South Sudan, and peace may be upon each and every one.
Yeah, for sure. Let me go for another news and headline, something about local news.
Yes.
So Kuwait Airways has formed a new board of directors in a meeting led by the chairman Ali Ad-Dukhan. The talks appoint about Faisal Al-Gharib as a deputy chairman of the board, as will the remaining board members, who will each serve the 3 years terms according to the statement by the airline, Emil.
And this is good news, to have a new members to cooperate between their selves. And we also salute the Al Jassim for really serving the Kuwait Airways this long time, and a farewell, good luck in the futuristic life, and good luck to the current president. How about a quick break and getting back to you, dear viewers?
ثلاثة 3864 ساعة، 161 يوم عمل متواصل. ودعم للسلطات الصحية. عدونا غير ظاهر، وباء ما كنا نعرف أسبابه، وما ترددنا في تقديم واجبنا. مستمرين بحمايتكم. ومع قرار انتهاء الحظر سامحونا على القصور.
And we are back with you, dear viewers. Dear viewers, our team had the pleasure of recording with Walid Al-Jassim, Minister of State for Municipal Affairs, telling us about municipal enormous efforts. They have been really doing a great job, and now they will start a new campaign removing the neglected cars, heavy equipment and things that are not abided by the regulations. So however, we have a quick look at this report and see what efforts they are really putting in.
With the spread of the coronavirus globally, and the World Health Organization categorized the virus as a pandemic, Kuwait have taken a serious comprehensive measures to fight the spread of the disease and took very drastic and aggressive steps into containing it. As the Council of Ministers issue a number of resolutions in effort to contain the spread of the virus, Kuwait municipality started immediately to implement these resolutions and directives, and affirming the importance of applying all preventive and precautionary measures according to the Ministry of Health regulations. In coordination with other ministries as precautionary measures, restaurants and cafes were forbidden from accommodating customers in-house. However, takeaway orders were continued to be allowed. In all cases, restriction in no more than 5 customers at the same time was enforced. And shopping centers, malls also to be closed, except food stores, as well as to close beauty salons, barber shops, and any unnecessarily places of gathering which might jeopardize the health of our citizen. In all measures, there are baseline things that we must get used to, like maintain some physical distance from one to another, avoid large gathering, and adopt a new social and good personal hygiene. Our task and present objective is to prevent the spread of the infection, which might lead to overloading our medical and health establishment. I would like to ensure our total commitment in orchestrating total and harmonized effort in fighting this disease, but also ask everybody to abide by all governmental decrees and announcements. And I caution those who violate them of a very harsh penalized measures. Finally, I would like to thank all the public for their understanding and their patience and cooperation, hoping that we overcome this hurdle in the near future. My final message is to stay home, relax, minimize your contact. Thank you.
Again, dear viewers, welcome to your show, Sunshine. We already want to thank the Minister of the Municipal Affairs, that Mr. Walid Al-Jassim, for sharing with us about the information about the municipality of our beautiful country, Kuwait. And Amal, now because we already today is the beginning, we already presented in the beginning of our show about the new month, the new achievement.
Indeed.
So I will give you the question now. Did you do something and did you achieve the August tasks?
Well, yes, Abdulaziz, indeed. In fact, I did a lot. The to-do list for me was a really short one. I've always have a short to-do list each and every month until I finish the year. So it was really a short list, and I added goals to it afterwards. So I finished my to-do list, but September is really a wonderful month. I really like it. The first week of it is the birthday of my son, so I'm really happy to celebrate September, and happy birthday to all the September people. I don't know if one of our colleagues is a September person, but happy birthday to them all. About the goals and achievements, we know that Kuwait has achieved a lot, and a lot of its hero, Abdulaziz, and men really are doing a great job too. Standards and having big goals and raising the Kuwaiti flag above all. So I think we have something in the segments. Next one.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking about the segments, let me represent the segment for the viewers. Okay. So water is the most essential elements for all the life existence. The second regional municipal symposium will take place in our beautiful country, Kuwait, between 22nd until the 23rd of the March 2021, and will be organized by the Arab Planning Institute and Kuwait Water Society. The second symposium theme will be water safety and security. But what did we ever to stop it? So let's ask, what are the threats that will be comforting our water nowadays? What are the impacts of such symposium in Kuwait? Let's host Dr. Jamal Alsaeedi, Certified Environmental Specialist, Public Authority for the Applied and Training. But before that, let's take a look to this report, then we'll be right back.
على صفحات الماضي حكاية تحدي وحكاية صبر وتفاني كتبها من كان يقطن هذه الأرض عنوانها جهد وبذل، صنع من المستحيل حقيقة تطورت مع الأيام، حكاية ما كان وما زال شريان للحياة. على صفحات الماضي روى الأولون قصة الماء ومنبعه وطريقه إليهم. حينها كان الناس يحلون أينما حل ويرحلون عندما يجف. جذورنا متشابهة، وحكاية الماء متشابهة في الخليج العربي بتحدياتها وشح المصادر. للماء في الكويت قصة أخرى روته الحكايات السالفة وارتوت منه حياة أهلها على مد العصور. فعندما كانت البدايات كان الناس يبتكرون ويعملون من أجل الظفر بالماء. وما بعد البدايات تطورت حياة الماء في الكويت، فكان للأبحاث والتقدم في العلوم يد ساهمت وعالجت فأنتجت عذوبة وسقت بها الطفرة المعيشية، عذوبة يقف وراء كل قطرة فيها جنود من العاملين الباحثين بمجالات وتخصصات مختلفة، جميعهم يصبون جهدهم وعطائهم في مجرى واحد. ما بين التحدي والإصرار يأتي دور التلاقي والالتقاء على تحقيق الهدف، فالماء هو الحياة ولا حياة من دون الماء. على أعتاب الابتكار والبحث العلمي والدراسات تتعلق الآمال والتمنيات لضمان الحد الأدنى من توفير طرق مبتكرة وجديدة توفر الماء دون عناء البحث. ففي بيئة صحراوية تشح بها المياه يكون دائما للعلم دور بارز في توفير الماء. حكاية الماء لها فصول من الجهد والعناء والشقاء، ولها فصول أخرى من التطور والحداثة والعلم. حكاية الماء حكاية تحدي تظهر بين كلماتها في كل زمان صور لأناس يحملون لواء المسؤولية في توفير عصب الحياة ومواجهة التحديات وتقديم الحلول المبتكرة.
And we have seen what a marvelous report that was about the importance of water here in Kuwait, especially that we don't have any rivers or lakes. So with us today this morning is Dr. Jamal Alsaeedi, Certified Environmental Specialist, Public Authority for Applied Education and Training. Good morning, Doctor.
Very good morning, Amel. It's nice to be with you again.
Yeah, it's wonderful to host you here with us in the Sunshine Studio, and I think you are one of our colleagues nowadays. So, Doctor, first Municipal Symposium, Food, Safety and Security. What was the aim?
First of all, I would go back to 2018. We start the idea of having a municipal collaboration between the two very close countries, the state of Kuwait, our beloved country, as well as the Republic of Lebanon. In 2018, we started this idea of collaboration between the municipality of Kuwait and the municipality of Beirut. And at that point of time, we started by one theme as the first municipal symposium between the two countries, which was under the theme of food safety and security. To be frank with you, we start with this issue for two reasons. The first reason is that food is one of the main things that get people together between these two countries. We are Kuwaitis, we love the Lebanese food, as you know, as well as
Yes.
we just started then the public authority for food and nutrition in Kuwait back in 2018, and we try to give this authority its weight in terms of international collaboration. The aim for that first symposium is to increase the collaboration which is already there between the two countries in terms of food safety and security. And we succeeded to make a sisterhood agreement between the municipality of Kuwait and municipality of Beirut then, and which led to lots of common activities, which include workshops, exchanging training courses. But unfortunately, as you know, since Lebanon has been through lots of difficulties lately, these efforts has been hindered. Now in 2021, we moved on and we make the second symposium, and we went from a two countries municipal symposium to a regional symposium, which will cover more than the two countries into the next step.
Nice. That's really wonderful, especially about the Lebanese food. I really love it so much. So, Abdulaziz, I think you have a question.
Yeah, for sure. And welcome to our show, Dr. Jamal. But let me talk to another topic instead about you already sharing about even the food. Let's talk about the difference between the last symposium in 2018 and the upcoming one to 2020. What about the difference between them?
Okay. The second symposium was supposed to be done this year. But you know, during this era of COVID-19, we have to postpone it to 2021. And the good part is that on 22nd of March 2021, it's going to be the International Day of Water. And as you may know, we were looking for the common factors which will gather our regional area together. So we chose the second municipal symposium to be under the theme of water safety and security. So the first was food safety and security. Now the second is water safety and security. As you and your viewers know, water is the most critical item in our life, as well as even with the United Nations Sustainable Goals, the 17 goals, which was being stated in 2015, 4 out of the 16, so 1/4 of the sustainable goals and United Nations is directly, related to water safety and security. For that reason, we are planning, inshallah, in 2021, between the 22nd and 23rd of March, to have our second symposium. This time is going to be regional, based on two countries, Kuwait and Lebanon, and we'll add to them another 7 or 8 countries. We are in the process of publicizing the invitation, and hopefully we reach as many countries as possible.
Well, this is really marvelous, Dr. Jamal, and we know that water is really important to each living creature and not just a person. It's not for humans, it's for the earth in itself. 70% of it is water, and as our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said in his book, that the water is the thing for each and every living. So how is it in the future get threatened? You are talking about the safety of water. So in the future, I think it is threatened. How is that?
In Kuwait, per se, we have the problem of lack of natural sources of water, as you all know. And we have this problem of recycling. Is it possible, not possible? Can we utilize the 4D water? Personally, one of my personal objectives, as among other people who are in the area of environmental specialties, we are trying to have this awareness that we can utilize the recycled water, not for drinking, not for making wudu, not for washing, but you can use it for washing cars, for sanitary wear, for washing, washing purpose in general.
Yes.
So just to give an idea, in Japan itself, 80% of the tap water is coming from recycled water.
Wow.
And only 20% is coming from fresh resources, where they have fresh resources in Japan. The main idea of water safety is trying to have the water safe and security to increase the collaboration and the cooperation between the countries to sustain and distribute the water resources among the countries which are close by. We are in a rare water country, but in the north of us, we have Iraq, which has two huge rivers, as well as in many other countries in the Syria and Lebanon and Jordan area.
Yes.
So in this aspect, to summarize this point, we are trying to provide practical and sustainable resolutions toward having safe water and to make water resources secure in the long run.
Nice, Doctor. Thank you for sharing this information for everyone who's watching us through the KTV2, the family channel. Let me go to another topic, our guest, Dr. Jamal. How does the establishment of the new water treatment here in our beautiful country, Kuwait, help Kuwait in confronting such threats?
You mean, are we in Kuwait? Can you rephrase your question again, please?
Yeah, I will ask you again. So how about the establishment of the new Kuwait treatment here in Kuwait help Kuwait in confronting
such threats? If we are treating water, as Abdulaziz just said, how do Kuwait confront the threats of shorting of water?
Yes, that's a great question. One of the big challenges toward the future of Kuwait, especially with the 2035 plan, which is going to be taking place within the next 15 years, is the water resources. The country is expanding, the resources are limited. We have limited groundwater resources. We have to rely on recycling water. We have to utilize the 4 recycling stations in Kuwait, the municipality, the Ministry of Public Work. They have 4 major stations for recycling water and 4D. So in this regard, and this symposium are trying to exchange success stories which has been made in United Arab Emirates, as well as Saudi Arabia, as well as Lebanon, as well as Jordan, which has been utilized in practice, and exchanging to Kuwait and letting the public audience as well as the decision makers to know that we can utilize the 4D. The 4D means water which has been treated 4 times in 4 possible ways, chemically, physically, and micro scale. So at the end, after the recycled water is being treated as 4D, 4 dimension or 4 steps, the water will be as fresh as any tap water. But it comes the point of that, can we utilize it or not? So this is the point of building the awareness that we have to, sooner or later, utilize this recycled water, not for drinking, as I said, but you can use it for many things. You know, we are using water not only for drinking, as you know.
Yes.
So this awareness should be built and should be utilized in the upcoming years.
Well, this is really marvelous, Doctor. And I have noticed that you said the 4D. And we know that water recycling is very important. So what can it solve or provide to ensure the passing of water shortening as a global problem? Do we have also, on another matter, do we have the 4D implements here in Kuwait for treatment?
That's wonderful. Actually, yes, we do. We have the 4D treatment since almost 10 years. And unfortunately, most of the treated water is back to the sea without being utilized, because part of it is going for irrigation, for plantations in the roads, and conservatories, and many places, and the farms in Wafra and Abdili. However, 75% of it is back to the sea without being utilized. I totally understand your question that it is there in Kuwait, but we need a legislation, and that's maybe a little bit, a point which is political, which I don't want to talk about it, that we need to have legislation in Kuwait, as well as it has been done in many other countries, neighboring countries. In Saudi Arabia, they are using it. part of the water cycle, part of vertical circuit in the plumbing circle.
MashaAllah.
In Maris they are doing it. In Jordan they are doing it. So we just need the legislation and the way to have this through toward having a secure source of resources of water. And that is one of the main objectives of our symposium, is to take these success stories of our partnering, scientists and people toward exchanging it to Kuwait.
Dr. Jamal Alsaeedi.
That's wonderful, Abdulaziz.
Yeah, for sure. And Dr. Jamal Alsaeedi, thank you for sharing this information to us and people who's watching us through the KTV2, the family channel. We reached the end of our segment, unfortunately, because our time is limited. So thank you very much for being with us today.
Yes, but we need to also have Dr. Jamal soon enough to talk about this symposium and the importance of water. But now, how about we have a quick break and get back to you, dear viewers, with more segments.
We are back to our show, Sunshine. Dear viewers, now it's time for our next interview segment for today. So our frontliners, protectors are still giving another competing also and preparation for a new halls in the hospital fields here. So actually the whole medical city has been submitted. So to know more about it, let's welcome our colleague, Jamal Alsaeedi, who see what he's going to have to us from his hosting, Dr. Fawaz Al-Khouri. How are you, our colleague? And welcome to our show. Good luck.
Hello and good morning. Thank you, Abdulaziz, for this introduction. And hello, everyone, and welcome to our morning show, Sunshine. This is a live report coming from Jamal Alsaeedi. And now we are at Kuwait International Fairground to witness the preparation and completion of the field hospital, which is happening here in Mishraf Hall ground. So we have a lot to talk about today, and we have a distinguished guest, which of course my colleague at the studio, Abdulaziz, already introduced, Dr. Fawzi Al-Khawari. He's going to elaborate and tell us more about what's happening here in this field hospital. But before we get started, hello and good morning, and of course welcome to our show.
Good morning to you and welcome in our hospital.
How are you feeling today?
We feel fine, doing fine, yes.
Well, I hope always. Thank you for being part of the frontliners. I would call them heroes of Kuwait during these current circumstances.
Sure, we are ready and we are happy to doing our job, and we are honestly working for the Kuwait.
Well, thank you so much for that on behalf of all the working crew in Sunshine and of course the Ministry of Information. So since we are going to talk about the field hospital here, so can you elaborate and tell us what about this field hospital? What's happening here?
Yes, since the beginning in May 2020, the Kuwait Field Hospital started its journey with the declarations of His Highness the Prime Minister Sheikh Sabah Al-Khalid and the Minister of Health, Dr. Basil, His Highness Dr. Basil Al-Sabah. They provide health case support to COVID-19 patients in collaborations with the petroleum sectors, represented by the Kuwait Integrated Petroleum Industry Company, KIBIX, and Kuwait Oil Company, KOC. This hospital being provided treatment for COVID-19 patients, the capacity of 1,200 bedded hospital. Of course, we are providing a treatment in emergency, at intensive care unit, COVID ward. We have there is more than 400 healthcare providers, including 70 specialist doctors. They're working in the hospital. Until today, we have provided a treatment for more than 2,000 COVID positive and more than 200 critically ill patients. Our mission in this hospital is to support the health sector to providing special medical care to COVID-19 patients. And our vision is to continue the Ministry of Health effort till the COVID-19 pandemic normal.
Well, thank you so much for elaborating. And I mean, this is a huge and great effort done by the Ministry of Health. Thank you so much for doing your best to protect the people of Kuwait. So regarding the capacity and capability of this field hospital, regarding receiving COVID-19 patients, how is it capable of handling all these patients?
The Kuwait Field Hospital operated in integral medical staff of emergency, of intensive care units, doctors, internal medicine doctors, and radiologists. Doctors are also used from other and declared specialists as needed, supported by nursing staff, supported by laboratory technicians and radiologists and pharmacists. We also have a staff of the hotel services, nutrition, and administrative staff. Plus, and this is we are proud that most of the volunteers coming from Kuwait, from the civil authority, the Ministry of Interior, we have volunteers. They are giving the logistics support for the hospital. And we have, which is something unique for the field hospital, that we have 3 gas stations providing oxygen to the hospital.
Doctor, is it correct that this field hospital is considered to be like one of the biggest or largest in the Middle East?
Yes, of course. At the time, Kuwait Field Hospital can provide health care for more than a maximum of 1,000 patients at medical wards and 200 patients in intensive care units. This hospital is used to provide all sorts of medical tests, facilities, like CT scan, which is make this hospital a unique hospital as a field hospital with the CT scan. It doesn't exist in any other field hospital. We have X-ray, ultrasound, Doppler, and all lab facilities. For providing better treatment, we also at Kuwait Field Hospital having collaborations with the Ministry of Health, specialized hospitals, provisions involving specialist doctors from outside the case of emergency situation requirement.
Doctor, regarding to the intensive care unit, it's been observed that the number of those who can be submitted to this unit or this hall is well developed. Please, can you elaborate?
Yes, please. The Kuwait Field Hospitals operate as integral medical staff of emergency, intensive care units, care doctors, internal medicine doctors, and radiologists. Doctors are also used from other delicate specialized as needed, supported the nursing staff, qualified nursing staff, laboratory technicians, radiologists, and pharmacists. We also have staff for the hotel services and nutritions. We are observing all the patients and giving them all the support, all the care, and we also have the staff of the hotel services and nutritions. Also, we have volunteers from civil authority, and finally, and this is something unique for the field hospital, that we have accommodation for all the staff here working in the hospital.
Well, mashallah, that's a huge number and quite a great number of staff we have here in the medical center, which brings the bell to another question regarding the halls here in the Kuwait International Fairground. Since we are here in hall number 8, is there any plans for more halls like 5 and 6? And is there any other halls still working right now at this moment?
The beginning was with the hall number 4 and was the capacity of 260 beds. Now in the hall 8, we have the capacity of 370 beds. We are working to convert hall number 5 and hall number 6 in progress, and maybe within next few weeks we can complete the work and receiving patient in there.
Hopefully, I mean, I wish you the best of luck during this establishment. And also, how does this or the establishment of such medical city could interpret the cooperation between all Kuwait governmental sectors and institutions?
From the very beginning, this hospital is getting full support from the Ministry of Health and from the Minister himself, Dr. Basil Al-Sabah, like medical supplement, like medications, laundry services, catering, and various maintenance support, plus the accommodation. You know that since that you have accommodation, there is logistic needs for this accommodation. We have full support from the Minister of Health, and they are offering everything for us.
Last but not least, I really would like to know your opinion about the current stage we're going through here in Kuwait right now, after having no more curfew. So people now can go out and in whenever they want to. So is there anything specific you would like to mention for the upcoming days, like I would say an advice to the people so that they can be cautious and take the precautionary procedures during these moments?
Yes, my advice is that I wish that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save all the people in Kuwait and for the patient to be recovered soon. But since that the curfew is ended, doesn't mean the pandemic is end. So take your precautions, wear the mask and wash your hand all the time, avoid crowded area, try to avoid shaking hands or kissing other people. I know this is traditional things, we used to do it every day, but at that moment, you have to stop it because we want to separate the chain of pandemic and to stop the spreading of the virus in Kuwait. I wish that you will consider that saving lives is like saving yourself and your family as well. So protect yourself, your family, and protect Kuwait as well.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for being part of this lovely interview. And you heard the doctor. Safety comes first. Always keep the mask up. If you have gloves, then why not? And of course, don't shake hands with anyone. I mean, it's still dangerous, even though there is no more curfew. We are not locked down anymore. But still, the virus is still out there, and we have to be cautious about it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this live report from Kuwait International Fairground. That was Daij Hoteri. Goodbye.
Thank you, our colleague Daij Hoteri, and thanks to the Dr. Fawzi Al-Khawari that was with you. It was really a huge establishment, the White Army. We thank you very much for every effort you have put. So after a heavy episode, how about we end it with high spirits, optimistic, and how about a little bit of hope? So Abdul Aziz, this was really enlightening. We came from one segment to another segment to a third segment, and each and every one of these segments really had goals and achieved their goals, as we started our episode today, Abdul Aziz, about goals. So these goals and really achieving them, they are in high spirit. You can see them smiling and everything.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking about the goals and the other itself, I heard already before we end the episode, I see some of the from the US, he's one of the PhD, he gave him like a motivational speak for graduation. He said, when you want to be a successful person, when you wake up every day, start and arrange your bed. Simple task make you do the biggest task. That's for now, dear viewers. We reached the end of our episode, and I hope you enjoyed our segments today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow with another colleagues, Ama and Dr. Jamal Alsaeedi. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Goodbye.